He started on Twitter saying, at 50 Cent, suck my bleep, you bleep ass bleep. I already ate your lunch, shut up. A fan responded and quoted and said, 50 ain't gonna let this slide. Ja Rule responded to that and said he got shot 9 times and did nothing. Stop glazing this clown. Ja Rule then continues in the next tweet and says, at 50 Cent, until you do something to the guys that shot you, you can't troll no more. Handle your business, chump. Laugh my ass off. Then another fan responded and said he ended Murder Inc. Ja Rule then said, you're right. He told the feds. Murder Inc. had him shot. They put us under federal indictment. He basically called him a rat.
Now, in true 50 Cent fashion, 50 posted on Instagram saying, yo, the Breakfast Club should be ashamed of themselves asking questions that perpetuates violence. This fool has been getting ready to go to what he calls nuclear for 22 years. Then 50 goes on to disrespect Irv once again. He says, you're a man in my runs now. God damn.
Anyway, mic check.
1, 2.
So you know Ja Rule and 50 been beefing for 100,000 years, nigga. This shit is. He's the original 50 Cent beef. I mean, you know, since he came out with the How to Rob record, it's always been problems and so on and so forth. But recently, Ja Rule came on a Breakfast Club and spoke on how he felt about 50 disrespecting Irv in his passing.
That
was right, because if you notice, you got no response from Ja Rule. He was pretty, quiet. We searched the internet streets and I ain't seen nothing about it. And he sort of speaks on a little bit on the Breakfast Club. But this one's coming from Poetik Flakko again. Shout out Flakko, you over there grinding. You keeping us informed. We tagging along. The title of this video is "The Breakfast Club Just Started a War Between Ja Rule and 50 Cent." Here we go.
Ja Rule and 50 Cent has been feuding for years, but as of lately, their feud was really one-sided. To be honest, Ja Rule stopped paying 50 Cent attention, stopped responding back to him, essentially paying him dust. 50 Cent even tried to evoke a reaction out of Ja Rule when Irv Gotti passed away. 50 Cent would take to his Instagram and claim he was smoking on the Irv Gotti pack. This was done directly to disrespect Irv Gotti and to also get a reaction out of Ja Rule, but it didn't work. As a matter of fact,
you don't think he did it to get?
I think he did it to disrespect Irv Gotti, but I don't think it was directly towards Ja Rule.
It's always directed towards Ja Rule. They all the same squad. They all the same, in my personal opinion.
The only person that responded back to 50 Cent dissing Irv Gotti was Supreme Jr.'s son.
And if I said I was smoking on your mother and your grandfather pack, you'd be telling me I'm wrong, right? If I said I was smoking on your mother, right, I'll be wrong, right? Man. The clown, man. And y'all love this nigga, bro. He's a clown, bro. If I said I was smoking on your mother and your grandfather, I'll be wrong, right?
He was the only one. All the OGs with that camp, like Ja Rule, Supreme, they stayed quiet. Now, when I see people like that who already got to 50 Cent once, who already shot 50 Cent 9 times, when I see those people being quiet with disrespect like this, oh, I know they up to no good. I know they plotting on 50. So
maybe, but 50 a hard nigga to get to.
Yeah.
They might just be like, yo, well, ain't nothing we could do with him. I mean, I'm just saying, we don't know.
So that's why I believe Supreme responded back to his son swiftly. As soon as his son made a response to 50 Cent,
this nigga Supreme came out, was like, that little nigga don't know what he talking about. Just don't pay him no. About his son, yeah. Well, I will say this: these is old school niggas. They not the new internet dudes. So if they was going to do something, they damn sure wouldn't be talking shit about them.
Not on the internet, not online.
Yeah, that's these new fools be doing that.
Due to recent events, the elevation to a place of peace and rest for my brother and friend Irv Gotti, and the
nigga, if you can't tell a jail nigga talking. Yes. Due to that, I hope this letter reaches you in the furthest reaches of your mind to nigga, just say it.
Display of my son Kyle Robinson, I am forced to make a public statement in defense of Irv and his family. I do not indulge in idle chit-chat. When I speak, I have something to say. Kyle Robinson does not speak for Irv or Irv's family, nor does he speak for me or my nephew, Gerald Prince Miller. I was disgusted when I heard about the things he said as far as representing Irv's family. having to take these steps, exposing his lies and fraud. But as a man, you call out those who make inappropriate or false statements. No one gets a pass. I would not be who I am if I favored him simply because he's my son. He is my son, and I love him. But I will never condone or associate with his conduct and behavior on the internet. I let him know men don't argue and beef behind a mic on the internet. Real men move in silence.
Yep.
He had a choice, me or the net. He made his choice. And until he forsakes the clown show, which is the internet, I will never speak or associate with him, especially when he makes veiled threats talking about we. Who is we? Prince and myself do not promote threats of violence. We different. We are masters of self-defense.
It sounds like they was.
I feel him on that. That's some real shit. And he like, I love you. I love the little nigga, but he gonna have to. He can't be running around talking that shit.
Yeah. Represent me.
Yeah, that's not how we roll.
Yeah.
That's not. And
behind this wall.
Right.
It's time.
Right. And like you said, if they was going to do something, these niggas is old enough and smart enough to not say nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
So during the Breakfast Club interview, they brought this up. They asked Ja Rule about how he felt about 50 Cent disrespecting Irv Gotti. And this was Ja Rule's response.
It's also interesting to me that you all 50 have not outgrown each other. And what I mean by that is, if you're talking to 50, Ja gonna come up. If you're talking to Ja, 50 gonna come up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't bring him up per se at all.
No, we do.
Yeah,
The media does.
Yeah.
but because I think that's because he's a troll. He keeps it going.
You be throwing jabs and throwing them back, but you be
I'll go to the circus once in a while. You know what I mean? But I really like to stay clear of that.
For like halfway through the interview, but they finally got to it and asked Ja Rule how he felt about the Irv Gotti situation.
Yeah, because when residency stuff happened, I was like, oh Lord.
I like to have fun sometimes and poke jabs at him too, but that's all it really is. It's like and to me it's like it's silly. We're both successful black men.
Mm-hmm.
I think the focus should be on continuing to make sure that we pay it forward, push it forward, make sure the culture keeps going forward. I think that's more important. I see some of the things that he gets involved in, this feuds and stuff. Like, grow up, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I be thinking to myself. And so when I see the things that he does, and he did the herb smoking, I'm like,
How do you feel about that?
of course, nobody likes all this goofy shit, but it's goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm not. Preem said it best. I spoke to Preem the other day. Preem has always got the right words, the right things to say. Because I was hot. You know what I'm saying? I was hot. I was ready to go nuclear and shit. But I say, So I spoke to Preem anyway. And Preem said, he said, Rule. He said, here's what you got to understand about who we are and what we are. He said, we are masters of self-defense. And I said, I love that. I said, because I don't want to start trouble, make trouble with people. But if we got to get into it, make it, I'll end it. I'll put it to it. I'll take it to the next. So
Ja Rule was talking like him and 50 Cent haven't been beefing for the latter parts of like 2 decades. And he's talking like 50 Cent hasn't been winning. But Ja Rule says...
Right, like you can't, I'll end it and all that. What are you talking about? You could have been ended it.
Yeah, 50 been giving it to you for years.
Well, he should have listened to Preem.
Take the high road.
And I don't got nothing to say. Who? That's what I would be saying.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, you mentioned
50 who?
I ain't mentioned.
I just wouldn't answer no questions about it. I don't know him.
Feel about it and all that.
I don't have nothing to say.
Feel about it. Should have slapped Charlamagne. Like, look, nigga.
Right, don't bring that shit up. If anything, you irritate me right now.
Right.
Right, like at all. But when I hear Ja Rule say the same thing that Supreme said when he dropped that video talking about, we're masters of self-defense. We would never make veiled threats. It sounds like them boys plotting, bro.
It do sound like plotting, but to me, it's silly to even go that far. It's just nothing to say. Just don't say nothing. When are people going to understand that?
It's the internet, son.
I don't have nothing to say.
The internet with a microphone in front of them, they'll say anything.
Right, especially if you really... we don't know. These are allegations. Flakko even said this is how he feels. But if you really plotting something, nigga, I don't got nothing to say, nigga.
Don't you implicating yourself?
Exactly. You don't see how all these people going down for it, but it's important. And another thing about, even if they were, let's say, plotting some sort of revenge or some sort of violence or whatever, people feel like it don't count if nobody don't know. They're not even doing it for them. They doing it for.
You got to be self-sufficient. You have to be secure with
Right.
yourself.
Right. Is you doing it?
Happen.
Right. And if you did doing something like that, are you doing it to avenge your fallen brother, or are you doing it for clicks and views and to let people know, and so people can feel like you a gangster? And Ja is certainly, I hope, too old and too smart for that, but we'll see.
Description of what I am and who I am as a man that I could ever think about. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who we are as men. Here to protect our family, protect our homes, defend our honor, our names, our reputation. That's what we are. I'm not here to be a bully and bother people. I'm not. That's not what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying? But I am a master of self.
No God.
He asked Ja Rule, don't you at least understand why 50 Cent is smoking on the Irv Gotti pack? Don't you at least understand where his hatred for you guys come from? Because
because he feel like they try to delete him.
Shot 9 times.
Yeah.
Essentially, like, after time goes by, we often associate the aggressor with the victim when the victim gets aggressive. Right? Somebody can come and punch you in your mouth and run away.
Right.
20 years ago.
And when they run outside, all people is going to do, they're going to see you chasing them. All people are going to see is you chasing that aggressor, catching them and pummeling him. They don't.
Right, and that's how they treat 50 like he the bad guy in this situation. But 50 like, yo, they tried to kill me. He probably will never forget that day.
They try to assassinate
in front of his grandmama house.
Right.
The trauma, all that. I'm not saying it makes it right.
The physical aspects of it.
But as they said, how can you not at least understand? Like, I know why he hate me.
What Ja say? Let's see what Ja say.
The way you do have to understand why Fit feels the way he feels, though, right? When you think about everything that y'all been through.
I really don't.
Really?
Yeah.
The fighting, the shooting, the stabbing.
What shooting? We ain't got nothing to do with that.
Oh, huh?
Now you want to be nonchalant.